Welcome, anime lady fans. How you guys doing? LegendDVash as always. Right here is JBXclusive, and right here down below is the verified king of games, RayApollo, and we're here for another Black Clover review of chapter 270 of chapter page 270 is together. We are a union. We are family. We're Ohana, and we're here to talk about this chapter. So let's get straight to it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and press the button for every time we get up there. And James, how did it feel to be back to doing Black Clover coverage?
It feels great to be back. I love Black Clover. I've been really enjoying these chapters. I'm kind of getting antsy. Like, I want to get to the underworld and get to all of that stuff, but I've been really enjoying these chapters, figuring out what this devil's motivations are, how he deeper connects to Asta. So I've been loving it.
Right?
Agreed, man. Agreed. It was one of those things where it's like, well, I got to the end of this chapter. I was like, yeah, that makes sense because Asta wouldn't be able to do it the other way, period, because it's just not who he is.
Right.
you know?
Yeah, like that's exactly what I expected to happen.
What I like about this chapter is that me and Ray was right like 2 weeks ago saying that, hey, that's Asta's mom. And like people saying in the Twitter saying still until this chapter saying that, oh, that's not his mom, that could still be his ancestor. I'm like, but the guy's son, her other son literally said, oh, that's her son. So it's literally confirmation. What else do you guys need for a whole confirmation to prove? Like, do you literally need to word it out? But I was like,
apparently
happy.
they needed to be on page word by word. This was Asta's mother.
Okay, so this is my question to those people, right? From what we learned about her, she was alone. So if she's Asta's ancestor, then where are the other children that would have gave birth to Asta?
Like, where
they don't exist because she was the only one.
And that would really complicate this story even more if this was just his ancestor. That would because then he would have to explain a whole reason why his parents left him somewhere. And
it's like, where did they come from? We learned in the story that she was completely alone, which is why she took in this demon to give him a sense of family, because she doesn't have it. She doesn't have anyone else.
She had to give it up because of what she was. So it's like, this is a confirmation. Come on, y'all.
I totally agree with that. And one of the most interesting I saw on Twitter as well, saying that Dante could be the father. Because remember when we saw Dante's flashback of how he became the guy he is. So there's a panel, I think it was in chapter like 242, I think is what I saw, or 248, where when we saw Dante's whole page of why he killed people, the speaking and everything, there was a girl that he was sleeping with, and people said that could be Asta's mom.
No.
So a random girl in the background could be Asta's mom. I was like, that's just stretching.
Wasn't she not alone because of what her body did to people?
So it's like, how could she, like,
so
she obviously slept with somebody. That's obvious.
She would have slept with a magicless person. Somebody else who didn't have magic.
Yeah.
So it's like, unless Dante's devil's power makes him immune to it, which is like a whole loophole.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's like a whole loophole that would not work.
This is one theory I'm not gonna dig too deep.
Right? It's like when I saw, like, you guys are really stretching it just because you see a background person there. Like, what? No,
dude. Like, this Dante is Asta's dad. I'm done, bro. No.
I think most Black Clover theories that I've seen are all stupid. Like, what are you basing these on?
So this was a good chapter overall. So let's get back to the actual concrete information that we're looking at about this chapter that happened. So we got our boy Knock saying, well done, the whole preparation for the devil binding ritual are not complete. So that he just said to Asta, all right, just make him a bitch and make him a slave. That's it. So, but Asta's like, nah, I'm not cutting him for that. I want to actually be friends with the dude. How do you guys feel about that when he actually said, just be my friend?
That's Asta, bro.
Thank you.
Asta wants to be friends with everybody. Asta doesn't like unnecessary violence for the sake of violence. Like, Asta's like, no, this, like, we literally, I think what Asta is saying is like, this dude's been, the only reason why I'm able to do everything that I've done is because of this dude's power. So I'm not just going to take it from him. Like, if he can be my friend, we're going to be friends, essentially.
And on top of that, like, Asta's not a hypocrite. Asta grew up being looked at as a lower level being, who is barely sought after, like, as a human. and he's not going to do the same thing to somebody else. He sees everyone as an equal, which is why he wants to become the Wizard King, so that he can create a world where everyone is equal. So just on that merit alone, it's like, we can do this together. I owe all of my success being able to save all of my friends is because of you. So I'm not going to make you my slave. Let's be friends. Let's get to know each other and do this together, especially since they have the exact same goals.
And I love how each panel showing throughout the conversation of how Asta said, like, hey, he didn't fight serious against me. What's so wrong for them to be friends? And also saying that I could just sense his ki. His ki was not trying to kill me and everything. So throughout each panel, the chain slowly kept disappearing. So our boy Liebe start to understand that this guy's not really trying to be enemies. We're just trying to be friends. So I love how they show that within the panels.
Noct also knew that. Noct was the one releasing the chains one by one. He was the one paying attention, saying, okay, I guess it did work after all, essentially.
But that also proves and shows that Noct did this the same ritual the same way. But because it shows that Noct has his binding devil around his hands as well. Because if you see the Dark Triad, they have their on their faces. So they actually put their actual devils in their own slave, in their also command.
I think that they're the slaves of those devils. I think that's different, bro.
Oh, so it's reverse, you think?
Yeah.
I think so.
So they probably lost to the devils and they became the slaves to them.
I think that. So remember in the previous chapter where what's his face said that he could Lucifero said that, oh yeah, I can, kind of inhabit the body of other demons. I think that they figured out that they could do that with people if they tried. And so they basically force a contract on them. So it's like, well, yep, you're mine now. But they were crazy anyway, and they were like, okay. So
exactly. I think these are people who wanted more power anyway, so they just gave themselves over to the devils.
But I also like how with Noct, his own little devils have their own personalities. I love how each of them have, because we see a dog, we see a cat, we see a goat. I forgot what's the fourth one, but I love how each of them have their own personality, and how from what we know in the next couple pages after that, Noct could fuse with each of them. Well, not each of them, but we know because he just fused with, I think, the
So do you think that Noct has more than one devil inside him?
Yeah, he has 4.
Yeah, or those 4 are the same devil.
Yeah, because how I see it, the devil that he fuses with at the end is his actual devil, and because he has shadow magic, he creates those personalities to be his friends, essentially. I don't actually think that he has more than one devil inside him, but I could be wrong.
The way I see it is that the shadow devil is multiple devils because it's shadow. You know what I'm saying? So like within the shadow exists all sorts of shadows and devils, and so he just kind of conjures whichever ones he wants, essentially, and they come and they hang out with him is what it looked like. But that did nothing but confirm the one thing that I've wanted from this entire series is that Asta gets a devil transformation. That's all I care about, and it better be cool as heck because this one actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks sick.
He looks like a Bloodborne hunter, and I love it. I love it. So he looks like a Bloodborne hunter. It looks so fucking cool. I love it.
I 100% agree with what you're saying, Ray, for that, and I can't wait to what James says that the whole transformation is Asta and I believe is gonna get one, and I hope it's dope as hell because it's very exciting to actually see him as a team up, and they look so alike now. Like in that panel when they're in the last page 15, when Asta and him are both right there, they almost look alike. So like,
it's a nice coincidence.
Yeah, so I find that dope. But to kind of counter to what you're saying, James, how I believe he probably has one devil, but they're split into 4 personalities. Because if you see each devil back when he appeared in the council of the captains of the Magic Knights, when they had the meeting, each of the devils was one animal. It was a cat, rooster, dog, and a horse, or I think a donkey. Is what I searched up, and that's a story. That is a story from the country about Germany, and that's where Noct's name come from. So it could still be one devil, or maybe 4 devils into one, but that's what probably Noct has that transformation with.
Ain't that what I just said, bro?
You did.
Yeah.
You said that he has one devil but 4 personalities.
It's okay. It's all good.
Cool.
I'll
But
let
what?
the comments
But what
tell
I'm
us what it is.
most
Everything.
likely,
They'll tell us.
you guys can tell.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see if it is true that if all 4 of them could combine, Whipknot can make like a five type of mecha type of devil transformation.
This story already has a mecha. It's Henry in the house.
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think the form we're looking at right now is his perfect form. But of course, he's not going to use like all of his like 100% against Asta. But I think this is his perfect form. But
Hey, quick question for y'all. So in one panel, he says something about Asta becoming the ultimate warrior. Is that the first time he said that to him?
I don't know.
Because he says he wants to make him the ultimate warrior. I think that's significant. Like, that's not just something you say. You know, it's like only because he sees the potential with him becoming, you know, the ultimate warrior. So I'm like, okay.
Maybe Doc believes in him to something that he could only accomplish because of him being, you know, magicless, him and this type of devil, and something that he could do only.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think he likes Asta for the reason, like, I like Asta. Like, Asta isn't burdened with being royalty, like being an ass from like being royalty or from having his own magic and to pretty much, I don't know. He doesn't have an ego. Like,
Right.
Asta is grateful for what he has. He's worked hard for everything that he has, his status, where he is right now. I think Nox sees really great qualities in him. I don't know.
Plus, we also find it interesting that his little Bloodborne type of outfit has like a dog chain on it as well. You see it on that panel, like, okay, he has a dog chain there, so it's pretty. But the chain goes inside the shadowless. So, like, is that holding his dark shadow, his dark shadow type of devil, or who's the chain going for?
I think it's just an aesthetic.
Yeah, it's just there.
just a look.
Still dope. Still dope overall. So overall, this chapter is good. I like how Asta and him have their own contract. They're actual friends, and it's something that we've been wanting for 200 plus chapters. So I'm happy that we finally got this. Some type of development between both of them. A lot of people could compare how it is to our boy Naruto or Ichigo, whatever it is. But this is showing it.
There's no point in comparing them.
Why?
Like, why compare them? It's just like, yes, it exists. That's cool.
It's anime.
Yeah,
there's billions of characters like this.
It's cool regardless, you know. Whatever.
I agree. Overall, this chapter was awesome. This was entertaining. I had a good time with it. Any last thoughts or any type of last theories you guys want to bring up?
Again, next chapter, I want to see what Nock can do, and you know, I want to see what they learn to do. So we're just getting closer and closer to that devil transformation. That's all I want. That's all I want.
James?
Yeah, same. And I hope this puts to rest those ridiculous theories that Asta's an angel. I think it's so fucking stupid, and I think it completely ruins the point of how Asta was written.
I hope I hope he doesn't like bring angels into it at all.
Yeah, I really don't want angels in this. There's no purpose, dude. I mean,
I feel
it's
like
the logical next step, but there's other things that you can do.
Oh yeah, like I'd rather see angels last if it does happen. I'd rather see the dwarves more about charming. Like those are more interesting.
I'd rather see the dwarves are like bringing goblins or some other mythical creature that has like.
Yeah, you can do goblins, orcs. Like there's so many different things you can do.
I believe orcs or dwarves could be.
Fairies would be sick. You know what I'm saying? So like, because fairies are honorary.
Well,
no,
but Harry's, fairies because his
rival. Like a fairy kingdom would be sick, or the celestials, those spirits that people choose, like in them. If they get mad and like rebel, that'd be wild too. So
it's potential to things that we could see much better than seeing angels, guys. So let us know what you guys think about it in the comments section below. Let us know if I said it first before Ray, or me and Ray said the same thing. Let us know who's right. Things happen like that. And don't forget, as always, guys, like the video, subscribe, and press the bell notification anytime we upload the videos. See you guys in the next one.
I said it first.
I did.